Hey, so here we are. We're February sketchbook live stream. John Washak, myself, and our guest Jenny Arcus. Hi, Jenny.
Hello.
Hey Jenny, how are you?
How you doing?
Good, good.
We're
What are you gonna
good.
draw today?
A birdie. Just something really
Yeah?
classic. Just something that people just don't do enough of. Ravens.
Nice. I do a lot of ravens, but
I
not
feel
enough.
like ravens are one of my favorite and also like one of the hardest. As soon as I'm like, oh yeah, birds are great. Let's draw birds. And then you're like, cool, 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 like drawing the face, wings are fun, and then it's always the feet, and I'm like, maybe the feet are like over here behind the wing.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
boy.
Yeah, it's fun, but yeah, no, I love it.
yeah.
What
Yeah,
are we
I
doing
like. I
today?
never ever drew birds until like I started tattooing, and birds are now like my favorite thing to tattoo. And
Yeah,
I warp them and I kind of push the actual like anatomy to what works with my style. But yeah.
yeah. Also, what are you doing, John?
I don't know. I am scattered, as you guys could probably tell from the pre-show. I don't know what's going on with me today, so
Hell
I
yeah.
don't know. I'll find out along the way. Um,
Yes, do a bird.
maybe. So,
Yeah.
Jenny, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, what kind of art you like to draw, where you work?
So, sort of at the minute, all over the show. I was just in the States, tattooing, and that's where I first met Eric. But I've followed his work for some time now, and now I've just been deep diving on your Instagram. Oh my God. I'm like, oh, epic. But you guys have probably known each other some time doing comic
No,
books and stuff like that.
uh, not as long as you would think. We're doing the
No?
show. Yeah.
Who
Fairly
met who
recently,
first?
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Oh,
Eric met
nice.
me first in Seattle, I think. I think
Yeah. Similar
something like
thing. We're
that.
following each other's
Yeah.
stuff and
Me.
yeah. But yeah.
Awesome. But yeah, at the minute I'm in New Zealand again. I'm actually at my friend's studio in Auckland, just guesting at Judgment Day. So tattooing later today, doing some little critters. But this morning I started drawing the raven, and I've still got all these really lovely little like fountain nibs that you gave me, Eric. So I'm gonna play with those
Yeah.
today. And I've got my ink, which I've decided I'm not gonna spill everywhere. So
Nice.
that's just
What are you
gonna live
using?
there.
What'd you get for ink?
What's that? Sorry?
What kind of ink is that?
The Windsor.
Oh, the Windsor Newton. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't used
That's
that
the
in
one I think we
forever.
used, eh?
So how Jenny and I met, Jenny has been traveling, which I will kind of get back to that in a little bit. But she reached out to me. You reached out and to my Instagram and said, "Hey, I'm going to be in Massachusetts. You're in Massachusetts. Do you want to get together and draw?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've loved your stuff forever." And it was very kind of weird because as we continued our conversation, we realized that Jenny was going to be at the shop I was getting tattooed at. She was doing a guest spot at the shop I was getting tattooed at the same time that, so it all worked out that we got together and we hung out and just did a drawing together, which I'm going to show you real quick. But
Oh, you still got it. Nice.
I do still have it.
Oh, yay.
That's
It's just
great.
kind of, it was very cool because most of the time whenever I get together with people and do, you know, just to hang out and draw together, we don't actually draw on the same piece of paper. And you kind of pushed me to draw it, just start drawing, and then we were handing it back and
Yeah.
forth and working on top of each other's stuff. And
Yeah.
it was super inspiring to go through that. It was really freeing. It was really cool.
Especially I
I
think
loved
when
the
you like
experience.
you're seeing it like upside down, you're seeing it sort
Yeah.
of this way around, and there'd be things that I would draw, and then you're just like tentacle, or like
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
start drawing her face, and then you'd do all this like really cool kind of like pishmithery, like naturey, scully kind of stuff, and then I'd be like bird, and then you would just elaborate on it in a
Yeah.
really cool way.
Yeah. It was really cool. It was also neat to like pencil for a while because I think we just used pencil for a while and then we broke out ink and I turned you on to the nibs that you're
Yeah.
using because you really hadn't messed with
Yeah.
those beforehand.
I'm out
Um,
there and I'm like converting people now. I'm just like spreading the
yeah.
good word.
Yeah.
Like my buddy James yesterday, I was just like, dude, you have to try this. And it's so funny when you like get other tattooers to give it a crack. Like they're just like, oh, I've never done this before. And then they just do like 4 perfect lines, and they're like, oh, I wonder if I just like do this, and then they're just like wah, pa, pa, pa. And I think it's like very similar to tattooing with
I think it is
the
too.
pressure,
'Cause
the ink flow, like all that sort of jazz.
you took to it really quickly. I was kind of surprised at how easy it was for you to pick up the ink nib and just go. And I think it must be something to do with the tattoo mentality, or the
Yeah.
tattoo process. I don't
Or
know.
like the
That's interesting.
permanence. Yeah, the permanence of it. It's like one strike and you're like, well, that's there now. Moving on.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
very
good.
cool.
I'm glad you're digging it. I'm glad you're using it and sharing it with people. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the part of tattooing I know I can never do, is the permanence of it. And like having to like just make a mark on someone and leave it. Like I just don't have the nerve for it, man. So it's crazy that you guys are able to do that.
It's funny. You think you don't, but once you kind of get into it and you realize that, even if you make a mistake, you can really fix it. It sounds
very
way scarier
trusting.
than it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
you don't want to scar people, but you can like have a mixed line. In my apprenticeship, maybe my 3rd tattoo, I was tattooing and the machine slipped out and dotted somebody's ankle that I was working on. It was just like, wow, what? Which I'm sure everybody has nightmare stories like that.
And then you
But
just turn it into like a little smiley face and move on. It's perfect.
yeah. It's crazy. I love the medium, man. So we'll talk more about that too.
Cool.
You want to switch over to drawing mode?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Start drawing. And
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. I'm rusty. I gotta figure out how I can.
Yeah, Jenny, I noticed you use a lot of gouache, which I appreciate because I'm a big gouache user.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I love and I hate it.
Oh yeah.
Love to hate
I hate it. I just hate
It's
it.
fun.
I
really
think
hate it, which is
everybody
why I
feels that
can't
way, right?
Stay away from it.
It's not my favorite.
So what is it you hate
It's
about it?
it's a tricky one, but
Mhm.
I feel like when I paint with it, I'm like, well, this is looking amazing. And then it gets to a point where I'm like, nope, this is terrible. And then it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, no, it's okay. It's going to work out. And then I look at it at the end, I was like, nah, that's not that great. But then when I look at it maybe like 2 days later, I'm like, oh, this is actually very cool. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a strange medium. And I think when it dries properly, it has like a really nice matte effect. But getting to that point is quite tricky.
Does
Or,
a
like,
water
knowing when to
soluble
stop using it.
does a water
Sorry?
soluble part of it? Does a water soluble
Yeah.
part of it bother you?
I think I like that part for blending, which is pretty good. But I made the huge mistake of using acrylic gouache and regular gouache together.
Oh.
And then, yeah, which apparently you're not really supposed to do.
What happened? What was the problem with it?
Some areas would heal or like heal. Some areas
Yeah.
would dry. Like really solid and really flat, but then
So
they
you couldn't
really
reactivate
blend to
it
the
when you
gouache.
needed
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of pushing it uphill.
And then I also saw that you did some big paintings with gouache, which I will not do because gouache is hard to deal with working large.
Yeah. I got overly confident as well after using gouache on like a little book that I have, and I was just doing these tiny bangers of, the pages were like less than half an A4, and that gave me the confidence to take on something massive. And then I was like, what have I done?
What piece was that?
It was one that I did back in the States.
Yeah.
But it was this like woman in kind of this big river and a bunch of skeletons and stuff.
It looks great.
Oh wait, I think I remember that. Yeah. So
I
that
left
brings
them all
up
in the
something.
States because I couldn't travel with them.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. So that brings up something I wanted to talk about on the show a little bit because I think you probably have really good perspective. Tell us about your travel. Like you went on the road and you spent, how long were you on the road?
I think on the road in the States, I was in the States for 4 months, but sort of situated in Virginia and working at Fable with Voles and Daniel and that crew. But I don't definitely call it on the road in Virginia because I've got a really amazing friend, John, who I just go and stay at his house, and he's got a dog. And then I just sort of, we fall into this very like lovely domestic friendship where, we're cooking for each other. I'm walking his dog. I'm going to work. He goes to conventions elsewhere. And then we come back and we just like, yeah, it's a really lovely time and it's super chill. So it's not necessarily like hotels or Airbnb or like couch surfing or anything. So that's good. But
Right.
during the
But at
States, I
some
did
point you
do,
did, at some point
yeah,
you traveled over to Europe. You were like, and what I'm kind of wanted to talk about a little bit was like,
mm,
how did you find like because you made a lot of art at the same time, which I found really
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Because most
I
people when
definitely
they
was.
travel, they don't sit down and make art. They kind of get caught up in the travel. So
Yeah, I think I was expecting to do a lot more tattooing over in Europe. So I landed in Frankfurt, Germany. I did work in Berlin and that was really cool. But as it was going into winter, it was definitely getting like a lot quieter. So not working as much as I'd hoped. So I think to counterbalance that, I was just like, I'm just going to paint. I'm just going to paint on the trains or like at my
right,
Airbnb or sketch at a cafe and do all that sort of jazz. Just to kind of feel like I could still keep being productive. Because when I was in the US, I felt so inspired going to 4 different conventions, like the
yeah, I
Chicago
bet.
show that my friend Andy ran. She ran it like beginning of June last year. And that was just so cool to meet so many amazing artists. And then right after that was, Phoenix, Arizona, Hell City. And then after
Right.
that
That
one
was
was
just after
animating.
we hung out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was the other one? Oh yeah, Richmond Tattoo Convention. So I felt like I had this like full steam ahead type energy from meeting so many epic creatives that I just
Right.
really didn't want to like let that waste. So yeah, just trying to paint and draw and keep it going, even if I wasn't tattooing while I was going through Europe.
Is that when you did the accordion book that we posted earlier?
Yeah, that was in the US, and then I got 2 other ones when I was in Europe.
Right. Yeah, that thing is so impressive. Number one, I'm impressed because I just have no luck with gouache. Gouache doesn't make any sense to my brain. I think I work too wet for gouache, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, that thing is
Awesome.
beautiful.
Watching your process of when we did that little collab piece was really cool. Like getting to see you use colored pencils and then layer the colored pencils. I think you were using like purple and brown
Yeah,
maybe, or purple and gray, and then
purple and
you
dark
then brought,
purple.
yeah, that's the one, and then you brought
Right.
in the ink nibs.
Yeah. What did we
That
do?
was
We
really
did a
cool.
bunch of ink wash. We did like a little bit of paints and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was awesome.
This thing was really, really fun to work on. Highly
Yeah.
recommend anybody out there to to get into a situation, if you can get into a situation and draw on each other's stuff,
Heck
it
yeah.
was it was really like freeing. It was like you had to just let go of any ego and just kind of just, I don't know, it was a really, really, really fun time. So
Nice. We'll do it again for sure. I'm coming back to the US actually, again for Andy's tattoo convention, the Third Coast show in Chicago. So
okay.
that's in June. So hopefully I'll be back in Massachusetts again. I also
Yeah,
got to meet Timmy B, who's another artist I followed for a long time.
yeah, he's in the town over from me. So
Yeah, y'all so close together. It's great.
yeah, this town has a lot of really good tattooers, turns out. I
So
never knew
what's
it.
your neck of the woods called again?
Western Massachusetts.
Western. Cool.
So yeah, so you'll be here in June.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, June through to like August.
I have a question. What's everyone's go-to tools for inking? I'll let you go with that, Jenny.
For inking?
Yeah.
I'm
Like
going to
when you're
pass that one
traveling.
on to Eric. Whatever he gave me.
Whatever I get. What's that? I just
Whatever he
muted my
gave
thing.
me.
Yeah. So it would so yeah, you were using the nibs then on the road,
Yeah.
which
A
again is
little
very
bit.
impressive.
A little bit. Not
Yeah.
too much. That was
Right.
mostly gouache.
I used to use a lot of nibs when I was traveling and doing conventions, and it got be a little bit of a pain for doing commission or convention sketches because you had to, carry the ink, carry the nibs, carry the water, and all that stuff. And I switched over for a long time, and I used Japanese brush pens and everything. But lately, I just feel like there's no real soul to that stuff, so I'm actually using nibs again on the road.
You
What about
love
you, John?
nibs.
I do love my nibs.
Using nibs on the road is not fun. That's what I've been doing. And but no, I'm switching up a lot. So today I'm using the Gillette 170, which is a very classic pen. They all have like their own kind of. It's not even worth me going into, but I could describe the idiosyncrasies of all the different ones. But anyway, I'm using the 170 today.
Right.
And my favorite brush is this cheap Sumi brush. I got like a 3-pack for $12 from Hobby Lobby, and it's the brush I've been using for like the past month. It's the best brush ever.
Yeah, you were telling me about that, and it made me think like that's a good way to explain to people that there's no tool is going to make any going to make things easier. It's how much time you spend with the tool that or with doing any kind of sketchbook art or doing any kind of drawing that's going to make the difference. At some point you get to where you can make art with anything. And what you're doing, John, is pretty impressive with that brush, what you get done with that thing, because it's not meant for the detail and the kind of work that you're doing, but you make it work.
No, I mean, so I'm going to admit I know nothing about tattooing, really. I'm hoping later this year I'm going to get to tattoo somebody like very tiny just to see what it feels like, but I don't want to tattoo.
Yeah, do it.
But how much can you experiment in tattooing? That's what I don't. I know there's the is it called a rotary pen or pen? And then there's the traditional machine. How much can you actually experiment, or is everybody kind of using the same tools and you kind of just put your own spin on it?
Yeah, I'd probably go with that one. I mean, there's definitely more variety to play with the old school coil machines, because those setups are pretty versatile, and like you can make a lot of changes with the working mechanisms in those. But the rotary machines are literally just like the only thing you can really adjust is like the throw.
Which is kind of how far the needle hangs out.
Yeah, essentially, and the voltage, and the stroke. But yeah. I would say a lot of it is just like how you use it, like anything. Like you have a pen, but it's really how your hand moves and what kind of needles you use. And there's definitely some parts to it which I struggled with color for a really long time, and like overpacking or like traumatizing the skin quite a lot just to get to the type of look that I wanted in the tattoo. So that was the hardest part, was like being able to work the skin while also not damaging it and getting it to that nice blended look that I wanted it to be. So that was really hard, and that was kind of just understanding like what cartridges to use to
how long have you been tattooing, Jenny?
I got into tattooing when I was about like 16, 17, but then I would say probably more from like 19, 20 was when I was properly tattooing every day. So yeah, like I'm 31 now, so what's that, like 14 years?
Not bad.
Crazy. Yeah.
What about you, Eric?
I was gonna say, one of the things I didn't expect, and you kind of need to experience, is how a tattoo heals. So you can come in and do a whole bunch of tattooing, but until you see your stuff come back, I mean, you know this, Jenny, until you see it come back 2, 3, 4 years later. I've been tattooing like 6 years now. So until you see it a couple years later, that's when you start to like pick up on what changes you got to make. I'm still doing that. I mean, I'm also you have this whole learning curve that you're going through. So, so it's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's my favorite. I just love it so much.
I think it's
I gush about it.
Yeah, I think it's because it's such a pain in the ass, and there's so much to learn constantly within it. It holds my attention quite a lot. Like, I don't know if there's much else that quite holds my attention like tattooing does.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
I also talk about the fact that like you are so far outside your comfort zone when you're learning to tattoo, or when you're tattooing, that that's like, for me, has been the biggest artistic growth I think I've ever experienced in my life in tattooing. You have to exist outside your comfort zone to grow. I think I think you can get really settled doing the same thing over and over and over, but tattooing,
for sure. Yeah, I think especially if you have an art style that you're trying to create within like the medium of tattooing, that's the hardest part, because you, even coming from like an artistic background yourself, like knowing that you can do a certain caliber of work and then trying to translate that into tattooing is a very like
Oh yeah,
It's a
yeah.
humiliating
It's
experience to
it's
kind of,
kind of like starting over again, but I think that's what
yeah.
made me love it, and I think that's what made me. I always say if you talk to me about this long enough, I always bring up that I think the tattooing informs the artwork, which then informs the tattooing. So like I have it structured right now where I tattoo 3 days a week and I draw 4 days a week, and by the end of each little session there, I'm bringing something. Maybe not every week, but I'm bringing something new to each art form.
Nice. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I feel like, yeah, to like, I'll have a tattoo project that I'm needing to draw for. And then
Right.
I'll be like, okay. Like, I think I know how that's going to be. And then I'll just keep working on that until I'm relatively satisfied, or I get to like a mental block with it. And I'm like, okay, I need to unwind. I need to like chill out. Okay, I'll just go and like draw this flash. And then I draw that for a little while. I'm like, okay, I really need to start working now. I'm just going to go home and chill. I'll just draw something for myself.
So
like,
here's a question for you. Like, with all the tattooing, do you actually go home and draw, or do you draw outside of tattooing? It looks like you do because you have all those paintings that you've been doing.
a little bit, yeah, a little bit. I definitely need to like draw outside of tattooing just to kind of still keep it as my thing instead of it becoming like a work thing.
Right.
So I think, when you're drawing designs or concepts or people's sleeves or whatever, it's like that's for them. Like it's for me for sure, because I'm like, still being all challenged and figuring out, how we're going to make it work. But I think there's an element of pressure that gets put on you for making it perfect. And then the part of art that I love the most is just being like, la, 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 la. And you can spend like 4 hours on something and it just looks like crap. But you're also like, oh yeah, I did like 3 things in those 4 hours that I was like, that was smart. That was cool. I could do that next time. So you're kind of just like playing around. And I don't think you can always play when you're needing to do client work.
I agree.
And then how do you? Oh, go ahead.
Huh?
Oh, I was just gonna ask, and then how do you deal with frustration? Because I can say for myself that I can work on a piece, but of course I have the freedom, like I don't like that, I'll start over, or I'll go like I'll work on this later, or blah blah blah. I mean, I don't know how long your sessions are. I don't know if they're like 6 hours, 4 hours, whatever. But how do you deal with frustration? Like an hour in, you're frustrated, and you're like, I don't know where this is going, or maybe you're so planned out that doesn't come up.
No, I think it definitely does. I was tattooing my friend Leo, and she does all my bookings and that for me. And we had just done like a touch up on her leg, and then she was like, "Oh, I really want to get like a little calcifer type design in this little gap she had." And we drew this little shit bag like 7 times, 8 times, and we just couldn't get him to fit. And it's just calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle, but just slightly redesigned. And we were just sitting there like drawing it. And mind you, this woman's had well over 70 hours of work from me at this point.
Wow.
And watched me like freehand portions of her back. We freehand pieces on her thighs. We've done like so much work together. But to sit there and be like so blocked by a stupid little calcifer, we were like, you know what? Let's just not. Like, let's just actually give up. And I think the trick is always letting yourself just like call it quits and not putting that pressure on yourself to feel like, oh, we have to leave like today with progress. Like there has to be progress. Otherwise it's been like a wasted day. Because I think the real waste is like doing something you're not happy with and then having to cover it up later, or work with something that you look at and you're like, I was just having an art block, and then you get like tomorrow's clarity and you look at it and you're like, oh, we just should have not done it. Like that was stupid. So I think like always, give yourself a little bit of leeway to quit if you just don't want to do it, or if there's just like something off. And like with clients, sometimes they'll just be, who knows, like they might be sick without knowing they're sick, or they're just like their body's stressed out from work, or they're going through something, they're moving, they're going through a breakup, like, and sometimes their bodies just don't show up for them to get tattooed, and they're really wanting this tattoo, but they're like suffering. And I'm like, what's the point? What's the point? Like, go have a beer, go sit in the sun, like go do something else, go enjoy your life. I think tattooing should always be enjoyable.
I'm getting to the point where I'm like pretty, I'm getting more comfortable with tattooing and how, the work I'm doing more of my own imagery and everything. But I'm also really, like you just said, I'm very comfortable just saying, hey, I'm not feeling it. And a lot of my clients also I see them every month for 6-8 months.
Totally.
So we have other sessions lined up. So and
Yeah.
if there are days that it's not working, it's just not working. You don't want to do bad work on somebody. But
Totally.
that said, one of the good things about tattooing for me is the fact that you just have to sit down. You have to keep going. It's structured in a way that my whole art life was never structured, and I'm finding that I thrive in that kind of structure. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Do you draw
having
on
the pressure.
people? You what?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
today's appointment, I started doing a bit of a rough draft for that this morning and last night. And last night, I was like, this is really hard. Why am I not just why is this not coming together? And it's to fill a gap. And it's kind of this little skunk creature. So it's all very whimsical. It's kind of like fairy skunk kind of fantasy piece. And he's such an awesome client, and we get along so well. So I just know almost energy wise, when I see him, we'll just start shit talking and having the best laughs together. And then I get the Sharpies out and maybe do half stencil, half Sharpie. But I just know from tattooing him so many times as well, we've just got such good bantery chemistry that there won't be any pressure. And if I know that that's the case, that's when my tattoos come out the best. So yeah, it's when your clients don't believe in you and they're questioning everything about your processes that I'm you know what? Maybe I don't actually know what I'm doing, and I don't know how to draw, and I don't know how to tattoo. You just start doubting yourself, and you're like, you know what? I think you might be right. I think I'm a big fraud. And
Oh boy.
and that's not, that's not the energy you want.
I never really encountered imposter syndrome until I started tattooing in the first year, especially when you first go from being an apprentice to actually charging people for a tattoo. You just feel like a fraud. You do feel like a fraud.
Totally.
You're I really don't know what I'm doing.
Do they know I'm lying?
Yeah. But it's freeing. It's amazing. John, you should tattoo. You should switch over and join us.
Join us, John.
The other funny thing is I don't know if I could deal with touching people. That's the other thing that I'm just ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So,
well, shading them
driving me crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
It didn't bother me. Did it bother you, Jenny?
No,
contact with? No, I thought it would because I'm a very hermity guy. Coming into tattooing, I shouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I enjoy it.
I think we all just crave connection, and I think the best part is getting to be in a room. I don't believe you. I've seen your cat. Is getting to be with someone for that amount of time, but it's not like a coffee hangout. You're there for the sole reason of tattooing them and making art together. But there's a part as well of have you seen Hot Ones?
Yeah.
What is it?
That series where they feed the celebrities hot chili sauce on
the wings.
Yeah, and then they
I know what you're talking. I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I always think those are quite funny because that's to me kind of how tattooing is. You hang out with this person, you're causing them a lot of pain. As the day goes on, the pain's getting worse. But it is quite fun watching somebody just also enjoy it, and you're talking about their lives, you're talking about travel, whatever. And I think you get a really raw kind of first-hand human experience every day with people because there is that pain element to it, and you can kind of just laugh about it.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, it's probably something I don't understand since I don't have any tattoos. It's probably something you understand more if you have them, I would assume.
You got to go visit Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not for everybody. It's I don't know. It is what it is. It's
pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The only time I experience it is when I go to the Richmond Tattoo Convention, which I know you've been to. So that's the only experience I have with tattooing.
Are you going to a tattoo convention sometime soon? I think you told me, John, that you were or am I?
No, I think I'm going back to Richmond, I think, for the Richmond Tattoo Convention. Yeah.
And that's when you do, right, Jenny? You just brought up, you said you did that this year, right?
Yeah, just for the first time. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That's where I met quite a few different artists.
Do you like tattoo conventions?
Yeah, I love them. They're definitely stressful, but enjoyable if they're well run,
Right.
for sure. Yeah, that one's really well run. Yeah, Jesse
That's
does
what
a
I
good job.
hear. Yeah.
Sometimes they can just be an absolute shit show of events and you just
Oh,
and then
really?
it creates like solidarity and camaraderie because you're all just like, well, that was a ridiculous experience. And we just went through. Yeah, definitely you got to pick the right ones, I think,
Right. Yeah.
because they're a lot of money and you can get ripped off. And I think a lot of people come into the industry thinking like, oh my god, tattooers make so much money, I'll just rip them off and just
Yeah.
give them a subpar show and not really
You-
realize there's like an entire community there that they're sort of, engaging with.
Yeah. I agree. That's what I'm learning. I mean, I'm still new to the industry. I kind of figure the way I look at myself, but I did a couple tattoo conventions, and they're kind of like comic conventions, John. But imagine being like them being louder, like a lot of metal music blasting all around you. I don't know. It wasn't. I really enjoyed hanging out with tattooers after the convention, but the actual
Yeah.
convention aspect of it just didn't. I couldn't get into it. I don't know. You're a
Yeah,
little
and that's what I
cramped.
really love about Andy's show in Chicago. And that was the first tattoo show that I went that was run by a very competent woman. And you can just see there was like a big difference in the way that she like did the time schedule, the way she set up the booths, the way that she had events on for the artists to all get to know each other. It was a very like community
That's cool.
focused
very
event. And
cool.
I was like, oh yeah, okay, so they can be made in a way that really like nurtures the community, helps people get booked out. Like everyone was really comfortable. They had like really good food trucks. The music wasn't insane. The competitions were fun, and she also incorporated like a fine art show at the same time, so that artists that were there could go showcase their work and then auction it or sell it or give it away.
That's very cool. What's the
I
show
feel
called
like she
again?
did a good job. Sorry?
What's it called again? The show?
Third
Chicago?
Coast. Yeah, Third Coast show. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, it's great.
What else we got going on? What else do you do with your art, Jenny, other than tattooing? Do you make prints? Do you show in galleries? What do you? I'm curious.
Prints, yes. Over the years, I've made prints to sell at conventions or to just do like a limited run. But for me, it's a lot of time and effort to make, and a lot of people often say, oh yeah, I definitely want to buy that print, and then you get them made and then crickets. So
Yeah.
they're great for
Yeah.
yeah.
That crosses many industries, I think.
Yeah, and like I don't blame them. I think the idea is really nice. And then when you notice it's like $80 for a print, you're like, oh, actually, I'd prefer to buy groceries that week.
Yeah.
So fair. But yeah, I don't really do a whole lot of markets. Like I've got other friends that tattoo that do like more crafty markets and things like that, because they have incredible stalls where they sell their merchandise. But I don't really do that so much as just stickers and prints and maybe some t-shirts at a convention.
Do you do commission work? Do you do like I don't know, what do you do any?
I tried I tried over lockdown to do commissions, and I was like, yeah, cool, lockdown, like I'm not leaving the house. I can just do like, a painting every day, or like a painting, I don't know, like every 3 days. I think I did like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do it. It was like every painting I did, I was like, I really want to do more with this piece of art. I really want to like tattoo it or turn it into something, but I sold it.
Letting go of the painting was hard, or?
Yeah. I was like, that took so much effort
Yeah.
for not that much money.
Right.
But if you charge more, then no one buys it. So it's like, I think I've been spoiled with tattooing.
Yeah, I think it's goes with a lot of different artists. I think go through the same thing. I know I went through that, and I still go through it. I get very possessive of the art that I do sometimes, and it's not like I think it's great or anything. I just get emotionally attached to it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. And one of the things that surprised me about tattooing was that, you once you start doing stuff that you really care about, it just walks out the door. They can get a sunburn. They can burn the shit. They can do anything to it. But it was healthy for me to experience that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and like some of these pieces you just painstakingly break your back putting your energy into, and you go on this like
literally,
big emotional journey with your client,
right.
and then you're like, okay, bye forever, and then
Yep.
you just never see them again. Well, the
Or what's
craziest thing
even
is you do see them again like 10 years later, and you're like, whoa, you still have that thing. Like, that's crazy. It's
or
still on your
you
body.
get halfway into something you really like and they just disappear and you never see them again.
Yeah.
Or at least
I
you know what I mean? Kind of weird.
I on a sadder note, recently just lost one of my really epic long time clients, Jess. She was such a fucking epic person, and we've
You talking
probably
about Dean?
done. Sorry?
Talking about Dean?
No, 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 no. One of my
Oh,
clients.
sorry. Oh, a
Yeah,
client.
no, Dean,
Okay.
R.I.P. Dean, legend.
Yeah.
But no, one of my clients, she's come to me over the years of like coming up like 4.5, like 5 years. So we've done like her chess piece. We did all these birds. She worked at like a bird sort of sanctuary for native birds called
Mhm.
Zealandia. And so we did these like big native parrots on her chest, and we did this big like tiger with bones on her back that we freehand. She was one of those clients where she was like, she'd come in the morning and be like, do whatever you want. And I was like, you're the
Yeah.
best. And then would spend all day just like yapping and making art together. But she struggled with brain tumors quite a lot. And so when I first started tattooing her, she was kind of laughing about the fact that the doctors were like, oh, they give me like a couple years and then I'm gonna die. And then she just kept going. And I was like, yes, Jess, awesome. Like, live your best life. So she's like, in the meantime, I'm just gonna get his tattoos. And so that's what we did. And then we did like another big like Nosferatu styled castle on her back. And we've done like, yeah, heaps of tattoos together. But she just passed away a couple weeks ago. And it's like people
Oh,
always rant about how tattoos are forever and you got to make the right choices, and people put all this like impact on how permanent they are. But then I've had a few clients die now, and I'm just like, they're really not that permanent. Like, they might
right.
be on that person for the rest of their life, but I feel like as far as like artwork in the world, they have such a short lifespan. So
Yeah.
it's
That sounds
quite
like you had a really great experience with the client, which that's what I think you got to take out of it is like
yeah,
the process and the time you spend together making that art together. Because that is something like when you're working with certain clients and they give you
yeah,
the trust and I don't know, it just has like a different kind of feel than normal
you
art to
just
me.
exactly, you're just making this magic for these people and you're spending that time together. It feels like a little time capsule for them and for you,
Yep. It's a
instead of
connection. Like,
necessarily like a
yeah,
painting.
artists are very solo people. Artists live a lot of their lives in their head or at their drawing table. So, doing art on people, not to get too carried away with this, but you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, get in
it's
there.
kind of special, you know?
Absolutely. No, I think that sort of encounter and getting to like meet people and create art with them and for them, like that to me feels more genuine than something that I would just do by myself, like my prints or my paintings and things. Like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy doing it, but I don't get quite as hyped as that as I do getting to make like a really fun project for someone that I think is a really excellent human.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Hey, do you
that's
carry a
interesting. Oh, I was just going to add, like, it's interesting for me. It's really interesting to hear you guys' perspectives on these things because maybe because I'm not used to it, I always feel like I cannot genuinely express myself if I'm in the company of other people. But it sounds like you guys don't have that problem at all, right?
I feel like painting right now, even on webcam, is pretty nerve-wracking. So maybe it's like a different yeah, I don't know, a different thing. I think that's also the magic of getting really comfortable with someone, is like you have to get into that. You have to be comfortable. Otherwise, you're gonna just make like a really crap tattoo. So that's part of the like head game, is like learning to become comfortable around one or two people for the day.
You're kind of like forced into it. It's kind of a
Yeah.
situation where you know what I'm saying. It's like you
Yeah.
you might rather. I know me knowing myself. Before tattooing, I spent a lot of time in my basement with my dog only. It's like that was my
True.
every single day. So once you
Yeah.
kind of get into a situation where you're spending that much intimate time with another person in an artistic way, like Jenny's saying earlier, it becomes it goes in areas that you're not expecting it to go. It's one of the things I love about it. It can also go the opposite direction. It could be a nightmare
Absolutely.
client that you got to spend
Yeah.
6 hours with, and you're like, shit, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
great day.
Oh my God. Yeah. Then you just turn the music
Yeah.
up. Focus.
Yeah. Headphones.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I just do much better with headphones.
Yeah. I was gonna
So, John,
ask, oh, sorry. No, go. I'm
I'm like,
hogging the
haha.
conversation.
So, John, what's your like? I was looking at your Instagram earlier, and there's a lot of, yeah. I'm curious as to like what you use for your pieces. There's a lot of like flow and texture, and like a lot of spattery type stuff in your work. Like, what is that?
Yeah, the spattering thing is funny because it's taken, I feel like it's taken the wrong way, because I feel like it's taken as like an idea of oh, it's trying to be edgy, oh, it's going to be trying to be dark or anything, but all I'm actually doing is trying to blow out the edges and soften edges, which is very hard to
Nice.
do with pen and ink.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's all it is, just creating texture and softening things. I really like
No, it's cool. I love it.
Yeah, I really like texture and touch and feel in paintings, and I kind of obsess over it. And I don't know, it's one of these things that like comes to me when I'm by myself, and it's like looking at the piece and kind of going mad over the piece. That's why it amazes me that what you guys do, because I can't imagine just myself being effective in that way, because I know what my process is, and a big part of it is being by myself for some reason.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. I think oh. I just put my hand
Oh
right in
yeah.
it. She's perfect. So we'll just play with that later.
Trust me, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. See, you don't do that with tattooing.
What's that?
You don't do that with tattooing. You don't just like once it's in the
No,
skin.
you don't want to do that.
Yeah. No. I think, Eric, when we were hanging out at Ninth Realm, we went for like little coffee or something with Matt.
Yep.
And I remember like chatting with him about like his process and stuff, because he's just so proactive in painting and tattooing, and like still finds time to like fish and be in nature and do all those things. But he was sort of talking about different seminars and things, and then we were talking about like practice processes, and like you just, whatever you're practicing is what you get good at, in the same way of like, whatever paints you're using or nibs you're using or markers or pencils or whatever, like whatever you're practicing the most, like that's the process that you get best at.
Right.
And I think the same kind of goes with like freehanding. Like people are like, oh my God, I could never do freehand. Like that's terrifying. What the heck? But if you practice it as a process, then all of a sudden like stenciling gets really hard. So and I'll see other people stencil, and I'm just like, how did you measure that out in a way that it's just like perfect for the space? And you've like thought about these like arms as tapered, cylindrical, like width changing, moving thing. And you've like created this perfect stencil that just goes on effortlessly.
Right.
And I'm sitting there for like 45 minutes just being like, I should have freehanded this. So like, you definitely just get good at whatever you kind of practice doing.
Right. So we're talking, John, about like a lot. There's two kind of tattooers: a tattooer that will do everything ahead of time, make a stencil, put a stencil on, tattoo it. And then there's other people like this guy, Matt Driscoll, who tattoos me. He goes by Raptor Laser online. He draws everything on, and he doesn't really, like you say, Jenny, he's got this process that is just really, it's really rock solid. But he doesn't really put a lot of time in ahead of time. But he sits and he just draws on people with Sharpies and then tattoos it. And it's amazing. I'm trying to get to a point where, I want to do some projects like that. I just don't think I'm fast enough. And I think all the time I spend drawing that on is just going to eat up a lot of my sessions. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of it's a cool challenge that I'm trying to build up to personally. I'm trying to get to the point where I draw completely a piece on somebody and tattoo it, but it's going to have to be the right person to get start.
Absolutely.
Right.
I think for me, like getting tattooed by Vols has been a really cool exercise in just like patience.
Right. Is he does he draw everything on?
stencils and draws. Yeah, little column A and little column
Little,
B.
yeah, I think that's what I'll be doing too.
But he takes his time getting it perfect and kind of takes his time to tattoo it as well. So like it's been somewhat of a slow process getting my back piece done, but it's also been really awesome to sort of see him work and actually
Right.
see just how long it takes to get something looking the way you want it to look. So I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, you know what?
probably
Maybe
being
I'm
patient
moving this
enough to
bit.
do that.
Yeah,
People
exactly. And I'm like, oh, you know
result
what?
right away.
Yeah, I could actually just take my time and it's fine.
Mm.
Sure, I have a question because now that you guys are talking about freestyling pieces and things like that, like your buddy just like goes on with Sharpie.
Yep.
Maybe this is just me, but an inherent part of that process to me when I freestyle stuff is you're gonna blow it. You're gonna mess up.
Right.
It's inevitable. It's gonna happen at some point. So do you just do that with the knowledge that you're gonna blow it at some point, or you're just so confident you're like, I'll make it work somehow?
I personally, I think I hit a point when I was, as I got into like my third year, stressing about every tattoo, stressing. And at some point along the line, along the journey or whatever, it occurred to me that there are a lot of really shitty tattoos out there, like more shitty tattoos than good tattoos. And once I kind of like got that into my brain, I kind of loosened up a little bit and relaxed. You're not going to be perfect every time. You can't. No matter what you do, you're not going to be perfect every time. So, but just don't completely fuck it up. Does that make sense? I don't know.
You can fuck up a tattoo like 10 to 15% and it's still relatively good.
10 to
Okay.
15. When you get into 20%, you start sweating and you say,
That's the problem.
Yeah. And you know that it's not perfect, but they still go, oh my God, I love it.
oh, they
And you're like,
absolutely love it.
yay. And then it haunts you
Right.
forever.
Yeah.
That haunts you forever.
And then you just never sleep ever again. And it's fine.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely stuff where you look at it and you're like, I could have definitely done that better had I like changed this process or done this process. I don't know. It's a freaking hard one, man. Because like, I feel like sometimes I'll freehand something and I was like, whoa, that's one of the best tattoos I've ever made. And then I'll be like, cool. Turns out I can freehand. And then I'll be like, sweet, I'm going to do that next time. And then I'll go to freehand it. And I'm like, whoa, I should have drawn something. I should have been more prepared. Why was I not prepared?
So here's a question I was going to ask you, because in my plan to just draw a tattoo on one day.
Yeah.
Do you ever do like a really worked out drawing, bring it with you, and then just trying to replicate it on skin so you have like a roadmap, or do you just attack it concept in mind, bunch of rough sketches?
That one,
yeah. That one,
definitely
yeah.
that one. Yeah. I find that I'm always battling my brain on checking out. Like my brain's always just trying to watch a movie in its own little TV screen. So it's just like, hey, let's just watch Shrek 2 instead of engage with the stencil, which is already like on the skin. And so I have to make something challenging enough that my brain doesn't just go la 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 la, but not so challenging that it's like, oh my God, this is not my best work. But it's always kind of riding that cusp of like making it hard enough that I feel like I'm not allowed to just, get out of the way. But yeah, engaging that I can actually have challenges that I think are like good challenges instead of like those challenges where you're like, I fundamentally don't understand this anatomy. So stencils can be good for certain areas like faces and things like this.
Right.
And I really struggle with getting faces right. And thinking that like a face looks good and then looking at the photo later and being like, whoa, that ear is like so much lower than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Things like this.
I missed that one.
Yeah. So
the other fun part, John, is like when you're doing all this stuff and you sit and you draw with a Sharpie and you get a nice drawing on somebody and then you start tattooing. If you're not careful, you wipe it off as you're going. Suddenly your drawing disappears. Yeah. And
then you're just like free.
You just
and then you're truly free.
Yeah, then you run. You just walk away from the shop, drop your machine.
And then you just move studios and change your name.
Yeah.
You gotta. What are you guys working on now? What did you end up drawing, John? I can't really see.
Oh, I'm just scribbling, so I'm just drawing. I'm just drawing some weirdo head, and I'll, my go-to, I'll put some robot parts on it when I can't figure out what to do with it. So,
Nice.
and
You can't see what we're drawing, Jenny?
I can see through my little phone screen.
Oh, okay.
I can see what you were. Oh, no, yep. I can see a little bit better. Whoa, nice. I just want to start inking. Like, that's the hard part, right? I'm still doing the lines, and I'm like, I just want to do the, like, fun thing now.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it sounds like you guys have a lot of, Jenny, it sounds like you have a lot of confidence in what you do. So it's not as, I guess the fear of messing up's not as big an issue. And I mean, the reason why I find it so fascinating is the messing up is part of my process. So that's why I'm kind of curious about it.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy not knowing where my piece is going and then really messing it up badly, almost to the point of no return, and then trying to twist it into something that's salvageable. So that's
you
why
should definitely get into tattooing just to tell that to your clients. That would be hilarious. Oh my God. With your body of work too, if you advertise you were tattooing, you would have like a queue out the door.
Yeah, you would.
People are just so down. Like, they're so down. Hell yeah.
I can't even see how it would translate my work, honestly.
It is difficult. Like, I used to, like, especially with nibs and everything, I used to be a very like fast artist. I would do a lot of like quick lines and spatter and everything, and you can't. That goes away. You have to slow down, and I mean, you can do that, but
yeah.
I'm trying to do tattoos that are going to last, and do my best to try to learn that.
The speed in which you have to tattoo it is probably the most annoying part, for sure. Just like actually take your time. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah. I couldn't figure out how people got so much done. It still kind of boggles my mind at times, just when you see somebody crank out like a big giant half leg piece in one day. It's just I have trouble understanding how that's even possible. But
yeah, just you gotta watch them do it, and even sometimes watching them do it, you're still just like, what?
Yeah. Somebody's singing.
I've got country music on.
Nice.
Have you seen any good movies?
Good movies?
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of stuff these days. What have I been watching? I watched some of that Game of Thrones spin-off, which I haven't finished, but yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Late.
Have you got any Comic Cons coming up?
Yeah, both John and I are doing Chicago.
Yeah.
C2E2 in a month. Yeah.
Like together or?
Hopefully.
We'll both be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah, and then I got Seattle going on next week, and I just got back from Orlando. So that'll be fun. I love going to Florida. I love the food out. I mean, not Florida. Well, Florida's fine. But I mean, Seattle, there's a lot of like good food places I like in Seattle. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
That's good.
I haven't been there yet.
Really?
Not Seattle, nah. I'm hoping next trip maybe.
Are you going to do like a US tour next time you come out here? Like hit a bunch
I'd love
of
that.
places?
Yeah. I feel like I've spent a lot of time in the East Coast.
But
not so much the West. Yeah, like I've never been to Portland either, or San Diego.
Oh, yeah. San Diego's great weather.
Oh, what's the other one? Oh, San Francisco. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's near you, John, right? You're in? No,
I'm in Sacramento. I'm in Sacramento now, but I'm from San Francisco, so I love San Francisco. Even though everybody speaks badly about it, it's all exaggerated.
That's your hometown?
Yeah, San Francisco Bay Area. So I grew up there, so I love it out there. I'd love to move back, actually. But I have been to New Zealand before, and I love it out there. It's great.
Oh, true. When did you come here?
Long time ago, maybe my friend's wedding, maybe I don't know what, 10 years ago, maybe. But I did like the whole like I didn't get to go to Auckland, but I was in Wellington. I went to Christchurch. I got to swim with the dolphins, do the whole glowworm caves and all that stuff.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I thought it was great out there. But I was gonna say, what's the art community like out there? Are there like a lot of gallery showings and things like that?
There's some exhibitions that will run annually. There's not like heaps of galleries. There's
Yeah.
a few really cool art collectives. There's loads of tattoo studios. There's obviously like Weta Workshop and Weta Effects are out
Yeah.
here. So heaps of my clients will be from the workshop who have worked on really cool movies or done props or done, painting projects or like graphic designs for movies and things like that. So it's also really fun just getting to like tattoo them and also pick their brains about the industry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't think of that, but with Weta being there, it must have brought a lot of artists to town, or
Yeah.
are they
Wellington is
recruiting
insane.
from? Right.
It's stupid. Like how many good it's so stupid. Like there is so many incredible like concept designers and illustrators and sculptors and just like fabricators and makers and like the full spectrum of what it takes to even just like bring like a film to fruition. Like there's just so many people within that craft that also do like world of wearable arts, and they have their own side projects, and then they all kind of throw like little yearly events and things, or have their own little galleries that they can put together shows to showcase personal projects. So yeah, that is it's amazing. Like even being away when I was in the States for the 4 months, there was a couple of shows that I missed that I was like so gutted about. But
Yeah,
it really is such a cool community.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I remember when I was there, I remember was it The Hobbit they were making or something? It was The Hobbit, and it was kind of funny because I think the sets were behind like a grocery store, and I think a lot of the locals
Yeah.
didn't even know it was there.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Oh, that old set.
Yeah. And then but yeah, my buddy worked there. He loves it. So he's from San Francisco Bay Area too, but he loved it so much he just
Nice.
stayed there and got married out
Who
there. And
Oh no shit.
is
yeah.
he out in South Island, North Island?
Well, he's in Wellington. He works for Weta too, or he used to work for Weta. I don't think he works for Weta anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he lives by the beach. He does like a lot of scuba diving. I got to try that out when I was out there.
Heck yeah.
Tried some spear fishing and I was terrible at it. Like absolutely
Really, you did
horrible
that?
at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Well, that's
The guy
awesome.
that runs the Hawaii show that we all did he does that on a regular basis. Like goes out and fishes, spear fishes, and he was talking about next time I go out, he's going to try to take me out.
You should do it.
Hey, let's see. I got to get in some shape here.
No,
Are you vegetarian, Eric?
I was, and I should be getting back to it because I've never felt better in my life, like physically and mentally and the whole 9 yards. But
Yeah.
no, really, it was amazing. I'm telling myself that this is the summer I get back to it.
Nice. Oh yeah, when
Are
is
you?
summer? That's coming up, right?
I hope so.
Right? Or is it like snowing outside right now?
We're in the middle of like the worst snow winter that we've had. It's bad. I was talking to.
Yeah,
What's
stuff
that?
come out of like New York, and I've seen some stuff come out of New York.
I was talking to Scott Bonacristo. He was on the show. You know Scott online, right, Jenny? Yeah, and
Mr.
he just
Elon?
got power back. Yeah. He just got his power back. They were out without
my God.
power and living on generators. It's been a terrible winter. So.
Oh my God.
We got a question coming from John here that says, Mr. Waste Jack, have you ever used sandpaper in your work to rough it up? I've been doing that in my recent work currently, make some nice scratches. So maybe to add to that, do you guys use any strange things to make your art better? Not necessarily a tattoo. I don't think sandpaper would.
It could.
Could use it in tattooing, maybe.
Yeah.
Open up that skin.
I have used sandpaper a long time ago, not recently. I haven't felt the need to use it. My material choices are whether I feel the need to use them or not. But especially when I was a kid, I used to do a lot of that kind of crap. Jenny, is there any weird techniques that you incorporate in your work?
I have to think about that. I don't. Definitely mix a lot of things that probably shouldn't be mixed together.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, might as well just give oil painting a go, and then maybe mix it with acrylic, and then be like, okay, there's a reason people don't do that. What about you?
Well, since you're talking about gouache, actually, I used to seal a lot of my gouache paintings, and that makes them all crack. So you get like these hairline cracks on them, which is kind of
Ooh.
nice. It's kind of like
Okay.
antique,
Yeah.
antique in a way, but I'm sure it's not good. Um,
Yeah. So you're
But yeah.
using a happy accident as you just replicating it. Yeah, I wonder. I mean,
That sounds
eventually
great.
it could flake right off, right? I mean, the paint could come right off the canvas. So the
well, when you
paper.
seal it, it cracks. It wants to come off, but it's under that plastic.
can't.
Oh, it's under the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah, but I will do mixed media stuff with gouache where I don't seal it, where the gouache does come off. It starts peeling up and things like that, and I honestly don't know why.
Hey, did you try
Maybe
the
then use a
Yupo
little
paper we were
sandpaper.
talking about, John?
Eh? Oh.
There's a paper called
No.
Yupo paper that we were talking about. Did you ever try it?
No, I haven't got around to it. I should be trying it soon, hopefully.
Yeah. I'm curious what you would do with it.
But Jenny, are you adding to that accordion book you did? Because I did see in the description on top of, it's funny. It's like I thought that was quick. On top of you saying it took I think you said 5 hours per painting. But
Yeah.
are you adding more to that, or is that finished?
I actually would like to. I'll bring it up on. Oh my god. I didn't just spill my ink.
I said you weren't going to.
I warned you through the whole time we were drawing. I was like, "Oh, you're
Poor
gonna
Eric.
learn. You're gonna learn."
Oh, that was so good. I just like remember out of the side of my eye while I'm like doing a long line, I just see your little hand come in and just kind of like
Move the ink. Oh, I remember that. That was funny.
Oh
Like,
my god.
nah,
Oh,
let me
that's
help
perfect.
you with that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna quickly, just before preemptively, just gonna, yeah, you keep going. Like.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the book. So like,
Oh,
it's
cool.
all done on one side,
Mhm.
but like, so that's all finished. But then I inked the other side black. So
Oh, no shit.
like the pages are black now.
Right.
Oh
right.
wow.
So I'm starting to do those with sea creatures.
That is really cool. What is that, gouache or acrylic? What is that?
Some of these are, again, like my problem was using them combined and noticing that was causing some problems. But yeah, this is acrylic gouache, and then some of these are also I think like the background's just gouache, and then this is acrylic gouache. So it definitely looks a lot more like flat and quite like graphic. But it's just so much harder to mix. And what I was noticing with this guy as well was like, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's I don't know, it's just got a lot of like muck on it from the book. So
yeah, it's not really showing, but I think I can tell what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think just from where it's been closed, and maybe the black is like pressed against the gouache.
Yeah, I was wondering about that when you were all the times you were showing me that book, because you're basically stacking art on art. Did you finish on the other side? Did you spray finish that stuff to keep it?
No, and they're
in?
at a point now where they're starting to become like really dirty. So as
Yeah.
much as I'm like, oh yeah, so much cool art in one thing, it's I don't know if you can really see it in the camera, but on all the white and on some of the paint, it's definitely just like
Starting
getting
to pick
really
up.
filthy.
Yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, but at the
It's
same
the
time,
charm.
yeah, I agree 100%.
And then I have started this one in the States as well. That was just kind of, I would have it out on like my convention booth.
Oh.
But
beautiful.
This is the same thing where it's also.
Wow.
Man, those are great.
And
Really
that was just acrylic gouache. This quite, I don't know, it came out quite nice.
Yeah.
And then that one was just gouache, which I think I prefer.
I love your
like
application.
the ability to kind of get her looking quite softly. It's really yeah, it's a lot easier than with the acrylic.
The colors are so bold. I really like how you apply it. It's
Thanks.
really stands
Lots
out.
of layers.
Is it
So
really?
many layers. Yeah, lots and lots and lots of layering.
So are you mixing it up and making it like kind of thick in jars before you apply it, or are you putting it
just
like on a palette?
just a palette.
Oh, okay.
And then I started this one when I was in Italy.
Wow. Nice.
Jesus.
Yeah, I like the colors you're using too. You're using color combinations I would personally never use, but they really work well together. It's just not,
yeah,
you know
it's different. I
No,
started
it's great.
using like a pencil on her face as well, just to kind of see what the texture would look like.
Yeah.
Like a colored pencil. And then, oh my gosh, I found this like gold gouache. And I was like, oh my God, I need that. So kind of having a little play around with that. It's super shiny.
That's really nice.
But yeah, so hopefully I'll finish that one day.
I wish I drew that much. Are you doing these fairly quickly?
That book I got and started, I think I got and started that one when I was in Italy. And because, again, I wasn't really doing any work with tattooing. I was just trying to paint more frequently. But I honestly haven't touched that since being back in New Zealand. So, yeah, when you're tattooing and you're working, I'm just like, I can't be bothered.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was less than a month of just occasionally opening it up and doing a page.
Got a new question for Jenny here from Lobo Flair. Do you have any tips for drawing wings? I kind of struggle with feather flow. You make it look so easy.
Yeah, it is really tough. I would go straight back to the like anatomy of like the layers of chunks that the wing exists in and looking at like the muscle chunk. So like if you've seen like a hairless bird, like a chicken, and you can kind of see the shape of the muscle on the wing, you can understand where the feathers then like flare out from that. And then if you can actually just like, oh my God, the best thing ever was working with this woman, Antoinette Ratcliffe, who was a taxidermist. And she would be in the studio, the collective studio that I was a part of when I was first leaving a main shop. And she was in there every day taxidermying like rabbits and hares and like birds or peacocks or whatever, or someone's dead cat. So she had this one bird out, and it was really, really nice to actually get to hold it and look at the wing from different perspectives and sort of like move it in a way that you can really understand how the feathers layer on top of each other, because there's some that go under, there's some that go over. The way that they interlock and fold, like your eye just knows when it's wrong, but you can't always tell why. It just looks a bit off. So trying to like understand the way that like if it was opening and closing, you could sort of see like whether the feathers like layered this way or layered that way, or like where they kind of flared out from. So if you could find a bird and then like nothing beats real life. So if you could find a bird in some way and just gently have a look at its wing, that is the best way to figure it out.
Did you do sketches with when you had this access to this? Did you like sit down and sketch it and just
a couple, just even like really rudimentary ones, just to be like, okay, get in my brain like where is the chunks of smaller down feathers and then where are like the main feathers, and just kind of really getting the anatomy down. And even now I'm just like this is wrong.
Yeah. That's what
don't look at it.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I think you create like a shorthand. You create like a stylistic shorthand on stuff too. Like I do a lot of my birds definitely do not have the feathers don't go the right way, but it's just part of my process.
It's just my style.
Right.
That gets you out of a lot of things.
Right.
But if you sit down and you learn the rules, then you start breaking it, you at least have a foundation to work from. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You just I think I do what I do with the wing, like looking at your bird there. I think it's just so much more enjoyable to look at than if somebody put an actual wing up there. That's just more pleasing to me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. Something about realism doesn't.
It doesn't tickle my brain. It's like my brain sees the real thing, and I'm like, how to mess with that?
Well, what kind of inspirations do you have outside of tattooing? Like when you're a kid, like what made you want to draw?
Horses.
Or is it just tattooing?
Just straight up horses. Nature for sure. Horses, fantasy, like a lot of Disney, just sitting there as a kid and watching Disney, and then pausing like Lion King and just trying to figure out like how Simba was drawn. That was it.
Right.
What about you?
Oh, you know what? I'm happy to hear you say that because I did the exact same thing. And
Yeah.
I I didn't know other people did that. So I used to pause cartoons and then like try and figure out how to draw as well.
Oh,
And
nice. Cool.
and
Yeah.
that was my initial one. So I used to like robots, like Transformers. So I used to do that a lot when I was a kid.
Oh, heck yeah. I remember kind of trying to draw Zoids and struggling.
What's a Zoid?
It's Zoids is, I think, I could be wrong on this, but I think it's like another type of like Transformer-esque
Yeah.
thing where they were just like big, like there was like a raptor and people would get into these big machines and fight in them.
Yeah, I remember you're talking about the Power Rangers ones?
Potentially. I was really young when
Okay.
it came on TV, so I wasn't really in it for the plot. If I'm
Okay.
honest. I was like, oh, sick. Oof.
I don't think there was a lot of plot anyway. So
No.
I just remember
probably
they would
not.
fight, and that was pretty sweet.
yeah, that's the plot. Big monster transform, fight it.
Yeah.
So when
I
you
think
talk
it's
about
really-
horses, no, sorry.
No, you're good. Horses. Go back to the horses.
No, I was gonna say when
Still
you
talking
talk about horses,
Yeah.
did you have access to horses, or you just loved horses? Like, did you
Oh,
have
I
horses?
did.
Did you ride
Luckily,
horses?
like I grew up on a farm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wairarapa, which is like a very like rural area in New Zealand.
Okay.
And we didn't have horses because they're expensive.
Right.
But my neighbors did. So I was down there as much as I could be, just annoying her and trying to hang out with them and constantly trying to like beg her to let me ride them. And she was like, fine, okay. And like eventually she let me start riding them, and I would like feed them and coat them and take care of them. But where I learned to draw horses the most was my grandparents would teach, not teach, I'm sorry. Well, yes, teach, but also judge at like pony events or like horse of the year
Okay.
events. So they would be sitting in a judge's box all day, and people would bring them like little cakes or sandwiches, and they would be doing the scores for like dressage or show jumping. So I would go and help them as like a secondary like point keeper or like timekeeper. And that's all fun, but it's pretty like boring after a while, just sitting in a box with a bunch of old people. So I would just sit there and draw over and over and over. So I just like be drawing these horses every weekend.
And you're drawing a horse, which is like one of the most, most people, they stay away from trying to draw horses because it's really hard. So
They're such wonky creatures.
yeah, I saw you draw. You did a bunch of horse flash recently, and now I understand it because it's beautiful. It's like you really got
thank you.
the horse down. It's like nice.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm like,
I avoid horses.
don't make horse jokes. Don't make horse jokes. Yeah, no, I definitely enjoy doing that. What about you, John? What was your like first thing? Was it you that was saying cartoons?
Yeah. Just cartoons and mostly cartoons, actually. I watch a lot of cartoons, watch a lot of TV, a lot of science fiction. Everything that's nerdy I did, basically, that I probably don't want to admit too much. Nothing
fair.
cool.
You
Let's put
got
it that
like
way.
a reputation to uphold.
There is no reputation to
No,
uphold.
go on.
Yeah.
Do tell.
That goes away. You start getting older, you start not caring about that. It's kind of
I mean-
freeing. It's like,
I mean, last week I was watching the Tom Baker Doctor Who. That's like 1979, like something like that. So
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
it's nothing I want to broadcast too much. But,
When I was asking it earlier, so you guys watching any shows? And you're just sitting there quietly, just with the theme of Doctor Who playing in your head.
He's thinking
Oh,
of Doctor Who. I'm not bringing that
Ba
up.
ba 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 ba.
you don't want to know what I'm watching, man. It's nonsense. It's all nonsense.
Oh, but
I think it was
do.
funny when you and Scott were talking about all the action movies, and I just kind of had to get quiet because I'm just not that guy. But you were talking about like
You
know what I'm
have
talking
no
about?
idea. You have no idea how much of an oddity that movie is. Scott brought up. He's like,
right.
there's this movie called The Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman, and you can't get more obscure with a '90s action movie than that. So it was even
Perfect
shocking.
Weapon?
He knew about. Yeah, with this guy Jeff Speakman, and then like the beginning of the movie is him with like an R&B track just flexing for like a minute while
Hell
the
yeah.
credits go.
I mean, that sounds pretty rad. Just
But I thought it was funny
punching
because a lot of people were like commenting on it. I was like, wow, what?
I just think it's a really neat movie. Just watching it for the plot, you know.
Yeah.
It's all about
You've
the
never
plot.
seen this movie, right? You've never seen this.
She has no idea.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't seen it, no, but
Okay.
I'm writing it down so I don't
Yeah.
watch it later.
Yeah.
There's just it's going into a list of things to not check out later for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That 1970s Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Who was your
Yeah.
first Doctor?
What, Eric or me? I don't think Eric watches Doctor Who. do
You
you?
can answer at the same
I'm
time.
My first doctor was the guy that. No, I'm not going to do that joke. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh boy.
No, go on.
No.
Finish the joke.
It was a
man.
birth. It was a birth joke. I'm not
Oh,
even.
jeez.
All right, go ahead. I don't watch Doctor Who. I'm going to admit it right now.
He has no idea what
Oh,
I'm talking
fair
about.
enough.
No. Doctor Who.
Okay, I have a question, Eric.
Uh-oh.
Do it.
No, it's work related. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Would you, with this bird that I'm doing,
Oh.
I kind of just want to do like a whole like one gray kind of like
Right.
pass over it.
Right.
Would you like, how long realistically do you have to let it dry before you can do that?
It will be a bit because you really can't layer unless you're going to do wet on wet. It'll be wet for a little while there.
Oh, true. Okay. Okay.
Like
So
I'm
not doing
experiencing the
that.
same thing here. What I do is I keep a hairdryer right next to my desk, and I
Smart.
just, if I really want to keep rolling, or like for something like that, what I would do is I would tape it down. I use these spray bottles here. I don't know if you use these, John, like little misting bottles, and I would mist the whole thing and then drop tone on it and let it flow through to make it, give it some happy accident stuff.
Nice.
Yeah,
But
I should probably get one of those. I'm using like old chemical spray bottles, and they're not very fine.
yeah, I have like some like hair product bottles that I was using, but my painting started to smell like hair product products. So I actually got one of these. And I put a little face on it like that. See that? Look at that bottle.
Oh, it's perfect. Yes.
So yeah, so it would in the spirit of the show, you might not be able to work on it if you were to do that. It would take
Yeah.
probably
No, that's good
whatever
to know.
time we have left.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it would wrinkle. That's why I always tape stuff down. But I mean, I don't care about
Yeah.
the wrinkle all that much. I like the wrinkle sometimes, but yeah.
No, good to know. I am very new to this this like method of inking. It's just so fast. You can just get so much done in such a short amount of time.
I think it really does relate to tattooing. That's why I think you're taking to it so quick. Because most people, like young other artists that I'll turn them on to nibs, they just give up pretty quickly.
That's so fair.
Yeah.
I mean, there is definitely like a give up period, but there is with everything that I'm not like immediately good at. I think I'm like, I don't even like this anymore. And then I go back to it and I'm like, oh, it's actually pretty good. I just have to like be slower or something.
I think in like the spirit of how we did that piece together originally, not there's a certain amount of not caring that you have to have, not worrying about messing something up. I think like John, you talk about that a lot about like things get really bad before they get better. You got to mess it up before it.
Before you can fix it.
Yeah, it's like painting. Everybody talks about painting. Painting it's terrible. It's no fun. You're just constantly like bailing yourself out. You're constantly ruining the thing.
Constantly. You're just sitting there in like a leaking boat with a bucket, and you're like, I love this so much. This is really fun. This is great.
If
good.
if you're gonna do something cool, like I love that aspect of painting. I love like take chances. Don't worry about screwing up your drawing. Draw another one. It's like if you're so worried about, just draw it again.
It's so fine.
This is for a job.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I like to take that approach with tattooing, but I don't feel like I tell my clients that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to give it a go and see how it works out, and they're like, wait, what? What do you mean? I'm like, yeah, you just got to give it your best shot.
I
Like
at one
on
point,
who?
there was one point I was working on one of my first sleeves, and it was like a tree, and it had like faces in the tree. It just kind of like it was really like a growth tattoo for me.
Mm.
And it was a many session tattoo, and I got to the point where I started seeing stuff come back in the way it was healing, and I decided to try just at the end of the session blocking in some shapes with a big mag, which is free to a mag is like a many needles in a row that you can just think of like a flat brush. And it was like kind of cool to think like, okay, I'm just going to block some shapes and I'm going to see how this heals, and then I'm going to build something out of it later. But after like 2 or 3 sessions, it was just too stressful. I was just like, I couldn't handle it. I couldn't take it after a while. But I think it would be a very cool thing to do now. You know what I'm saying? Like just block in a bunch of shapes and build something out of it. Like 2 months down the road once everything heals.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely. I feel like
you
I'm doing
definitely
that more
can't-
and more with my bigger
but you can't.
projects.
Don't tell the client you're doing that, right?
Oh, like client. Like I think you have to take these risks, or you have to take these
You
kind of
definitely
like
do.
you just have to experiment, and that's kind of it. And like you can experiment in a way, I think, that's like taking precautions that you're not obviously like ruining this client's
Right.
piece, but it's also part of that whole sort of thing that I think you get a really cool client and they're like, please experiment, like for sure. And like, you wouldn't want to be doing that on clients that I think even the idea of mentioning that you're doing something slightly experimental, like sends them into an aneurysm. So the
No,
right
there's
people,
definitely clients that you can work that way with, and they're pretty
absolutely. And you can have that
down to
transparency with.
the journey or whatever.
And I think for me, like I've had some tattoos now by clients that I was like, no, like freehand, like go for it, like just give it a crack. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, absolutely. And I mean, there's some of my favorite tattoos, but I also think of like some of my favorite tattoos that artist has done. And it's like, they just get so into it. And then, yeah, you just have like a really cool piece.
Yep.
Here's a kind of interesting question from Abignar. What was everyone's journey to finding their audience?
Finding their what? Oh, audience.
Their audience, yeah. It's kind of abstract, but definitely an
I had it easy. I worked on the turtles, so it wasn't very hard for me to figure that out.
Oh, hell yeah. They found you in the gutter?
I'm not bragging.
What about you, Jenny?
I think. Oh, John.
No, you, Jenny. What about you?
Well, I think I used to do a lot of psychedelics, and going to festivals and drawing or painting there and connecting with people and just ultimately talking a lot of shit, and then eventually they would
Talking
come
shit.
and get tattooed. You
You're
just
shit
talk
talker?
shit, like people, people would just come and hang out, and they're like, "Hey, you're funny," and then you can just like convince them to get some ridiculous.
Okay, so
tattoos.
to clarify, you're telling our audience to go do drugs and talk a lot of shit.
Look, hey, whoa. That's leading the witness.
Yeah.
So, it worked for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for everyone. I'm not condoning that, but absolutely, I think, just doing it from a really expressive place definitely helped.
So,
An
like a
experimental
face-to-face, you built your audience like out there on the ground, face-to-face.
Absolutely.
So are these people that came to get tattooed later because they met you at these shows?
Yeah, very much so.
That's good.
Going to a lot of, like, I was a baby when I started going to festivals, and I was I grew up in a really small town, so even the idea of going to like a big sort of hippie-esque type festival was so crazy cool to me. And I kind of just did the same thing that I did being like an awkward little homeschooled kid that would go to a camp and just like sit in the corner and draw until someone comes over and they're like, whoa, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm so glad you asked. And then just like sit and draw with them and hang out. And then before you know it, you've made some little weirdo friends. So same thing kind of goes as an adult at a festival. I just do some murals or paint, and then people come over and they're like, whoa, this is really cool. And then you end up chatting and you're all into the same stuff. And then before you know it, you've made some friends, and then you tattoo them.
No shit. That's good.
Oh, so you're spray painting too, huh?
Oh, very poorly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, were you one of the graffiti kids? You're out there like doing stuff in New Zealand, or?
I wish, not quite. No, I got into spray painting
Okay.
a lot later, but I've done a little tiny little bit of spray painting at festivals, but mostly just like acrylic type paint on walls.
Okay.
Or you know when like a DJ's playing a set and you can bring like a big plyboard up on the stage and do some live painting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely done that a couple of times now, and that was quite good. What about you, John?
Um, like I said when I started this show, for some reason I'm out of it today. I already forgot what the question was. What was the question?
Finding your audience.
Finding
Oh,
your audience.
audience. When I was a kid, only as an adult do I have perspective on it. I guess I had kind of a bad attitude, so I never cared about the audience. I kind of just did what I did, and then
Mm-hmm.
I got lucky enough where people found my work interesting. It's as simple as that. I wish I had
Nice.
more thought behind it, but I just don't.
It's pretty.
You have a
It can just
very
be really simple.
Yeah.
You're very stylized. Your approach is very stylized, John. It's like I can totally see that, you know.
Well, I just didn't care. I couldn't care less
Right.
what people thought. I mean, uh, I didn't have a lot of support when I started out, so I don't know. I just didn't care. You know what I mean? So I just did it because I like doing it more than anything else.
I think that's
That's
actually pretty good advice, to be honest, because you know, to do something new and to do something that nobody else is doing, you kind of do have to not. You have to do what feels right and not worry about, you know, what other people are going to think of the work. You know.
absolutely. And it's like not going to cater to everyone, but that's not really what you want anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not a cool story like Jenny's story. That's a cool story.
No, that's definitely a cool story.
I don't know. Yeah, we all get to it in different ways. I think as well now, like I would say it's definitely like a little column A and B, right? Like you paint because you enjoy it, and then people enjoy it, and you're like, that's cool that you enjoy it. But you'd kind of just be doing it anyway as well.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like I think I'd go a bit insane if I don't draw or paint or tattoo in a week. I'm just like, well, what's
That's
the
what
point?
happens to me
What's the
if I don't.
point?
Yeah, if I don't tattoo and like over the holidays, I wasn't tattooing a whole lot. I get kind of
Yeah.
cranky it took a little while to realize, but like it's because you know, like with tattooing, you can't practice tattooing without a shop and without clients and without, you know, you can't just go, oh, I'm going to tattoo today.
Yeah.
So I get a little
I'm doing
cranky.
like this back piece project at the moment on like really close friends of mine or really good clients that I've had for a long time. And I'm wanting to do like 10 back pieces in this year.
Wow.
Which is ambitious, but I'm also like, I don't know, why not? Why not just be ambitious?
No,
And
do
like
it.
some of them are paid projects and some of them are just my own sort of passion projects. So even after tattooing for over 10 years, I am definitely not above like doing free work or doing subsidized work if it means that you get to progress your style
Right.
or progress your portfolio and learn more within that. And I think
Yep.
especially now, like I've got so many freaking epic friends that are so keen on getting these like huge pieces, but they're not, you know, financially in a position to afford it. But I don't want that to hinder us getting to make them. So being
Yep.
able to have a steady stream of like paying clients and then also being able to then have the time and energy to kind of work on these projects on the side is really quite cool. So yeah, I don't know. And like in the US, I think there's just a lot larger scale of clients that I can access. But in New
Yeah,
Zealand,
I'd imagine that's true.
it's way
Yeah.
smaller. Yeah, the pool's
Yeah.
just littler.
But there's something about that, you know, you maybe aren't you know, getting paid. It sounds like you're doing these kind of projects with friends, which is then kind of has a value in and of itself.
Oh, absolutely.
But you can't just do the same thing every single day. You just it kind of eats you up, you know. You need to like have one of those projects once in a while. So
and I think the way I see it is like
10.
I'm painting for free right now. and it's still work. So yeah, tattooing for me is just one of those things that's just really fun anyway. And if it's a project that you get to work on and it upskills you, then I'm like, heck yeah, do it.
With tattooing, another one of the kind of odd things that I didn't expect was trying to learn. There's like a whole thing you have to learn about how to have your client sitting so that you don't blow your back out and you're going to be there for hours, it's kind of difficult, getting like how are back pieces for you? Because for me, I have to do a lot of leaning over and it's not good for my back. So I kind of think I'm overdoing any kind of big, big back pieces.
Yeah. Well, I'll answer that question now and then at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And probably do
nine back pieces in, you'll give me a call.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I love it. It's so fun and like blah 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 blah. And then at the end, I'm just like, I'm never doing a back piece again. Man, it's definitely hard. But I've got this like epic hydraulic bed that goes up and down. So
there you go.
That helps for sure. But mostly I just lay them down, or they're like sitting with their legs folded, and I'm standing and they're sitting like facing away from me, and that's pretty good. And then they can kind of get like a hunch over, and that stretches their back too.
Yeah, that's something in tattooing, John. Is like it's all about you have to have a certain amount of stretch. So you kind of work muscles that you don't, you go back to doing drawing, and it's kind of like nice at times. But tattooing, you really have to get the skin stretched, each different parts of the body tattoo different. I love that aspect of it personally, but I didn't expect it. I guess I didn't really think it through when I started that would be part of it.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'm explaining it fully, but
there's a lot you don't realize until you're doing it. Just like how much you're like, you got to position your body for every line or every like every stroke you create, you have to be set up to go with the right sort of flow of the grain of the skin.
Yep.
And that's like a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah.
I think for now, like I'm 31 and I feel like I've been really lucky in not having any kind of like body issues, or my eyes are all good, my back's good, my hands are pretty good. Like so far so good. That's also what's making me want to just kind of like crack out as much work as I possibly can before my body starts shitting itself.
I think sitting at a table inking comics my whole life just definitely prepared me for tattooing. So it's not a lot different.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot today about tattooing. This is all stuff I never thought of before.
Yeah. This is all the stuff I hold in when we do the shows. I'm always like, I'm not going to bore everybody with tattooing.
I've never thought to ask, really.
You don't know what questions to ask even. It's like it's such an abstract job.
Yeah.
It is.
All right, we got one of my favorite questions to come in. This is something I always ask creators. Do you listen to music while doing your art? And if so, what's your playlist? Who are you listening to? Do you listen to different artists to incite different types of feelings? And why is Ween always the best?
Why is Ween always on? Oh, man.
I mean, I'm like, that answers itself.
Yeah. I'm like firmly ingrained in Mogwai. Like Mogwai is my most creative music. Like I make the shop. They started saying, "Oh, we're doing Mogwai Monday," and it's like, what? Am I playing it that much? I don't know. It's something about that music. I can lose myself. I think I realized that not having any vocals in the music that you listen to when you're creating it, you can stay in the creative space. So you're not getting drawn out by a lyric or by I don't know, something about post rock, I guess they call it. Something about that is really, really good for me. But
yeah, there's like no change up in like tune or tempo. It's just kind of like you're in that flow.
Yep.
Sort of arena. Yeah.
You can kind of lose yourself. What do you listen to? What's your music, Jenny?
Oh, lots of sad country songs.
Oh yeah.
Sad country music. No, I always ask my clients at the beginning of the day, I'm like, oh, what do you want to listen to? And they always tell me the same answer. Oh, I'll just listen to whatever you want to listen to.
Yeah, I know.
And then I'll put on my sad country. Yeah,
that's a very good answer, by the way.
What's that?
That's a great answer because I rarely ask the clients what they want to listen to. I don't
Oh,
want to
they
get
always
stuck.
say, I don't know, I just want to like listen to whatever you want to listen to. And then I put on enough sad country music that they're like, okay, God, like please change it. And then they'll be like, oh, actually, maybe we can listen to like Glass Animals or something. So yeah. But honestly, like it's kind of one of those annoying things where I don't really notice if the music's good. I only notice if the
Oh, yeah.
music's bad.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh God.
Yep.
My
What do you
brain.
listen to, John? What do you listen to?
Recently, just I listen to a lot of, I don't know what it's called, post rock or whatever, but like black metal, just for the same reason. It's like, I don't need to know the lyrics. I just need something playing, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been listening to like the new Def Heaven record, and then found this band called Elder. That's about it.
Elder.
I kind of find the same
we-
thing. I kind of find something I like, and I listen to it over and over until I can't stand it anymore.
I definitely do that. Did we talk about Elder with Kenan, didn't we? Is that how you found Elder?
I knew about them before, but I didn't know anybody else knew about them. That's right, we did talk about them.
Yeah.
But
I love
get a
music.
sketchbook live.
Music is very important to me.
yeah.
Sketchbook live stream playlist would be cool to share.
Oh. Should do
You know,
that
it's
for
funny.
some-
Whenever I do the promotion for Sketchbook Live, like Jenny, you actually gave me music to put on. I reached out to you, but most of the guests, when I bring that up, they're like, I don't care.
It's like whatever. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it's scary putting music out there. I always feel like as soon as I'm like, I would maybe play this, you're gonna be like, that's the stupidest song I've ever heard in my whole life. It's like-
I just play
It's obviously never
old
gonna
punk
happen.
rock or heavy metal. That's all I play when I'm promoting the show.
It's consistency.
Yeah.
I'm switching because my piece is too wet to work on right now. So I don't want to put my hairdryer on. So what you got any good projects coming up, Jenny, that you got? Any good you said you're gonna do back pieces? Do you
70,000 back pieces. No.
70?
Wow.
All right, here's a question. So planning
Lots
a
to keep coming.
back piece. So
Yeah.
planning out a back piece, do the people give you like okay, I want a horse, but then I don't care what you do with it, or do they?
I
You know what
should
I'm
do a
saying?
horse. That would be pretty cool.
You kinda should,
That'd
yeah.
be pretty sweet. No, like, well, okay. So no, in the sense of it's like if it's on a friend, we'll go over it together, or like we'll have like a consultation where I'll like drop a bunch of different ideas, and of course it's going to be something that they want to get. So if it's like aligned with something that they've been thinking about wanting to get for a long time,
Right.
then I'll try and run it into that theme. But because this is also like a project that I'm trying to put together, it's a bit of an experimentation in taking what's essentially like my really illustrative like tattoo style, and then trying to warp it into something that's a bit more abstract and flowy and sort of fits onto the body as a piece of art that like they're the art, not necessarily like there's someone with pictures.
Right.
So that's sort of the idea. So if they have an idea being like, oh yeah, I want to get like a creature, I want to get like a horse, or I want to get, flowers or whatever, I'm still trying to give it that like abstract look that feels like it's flowing with their body and it's flowing with their like bone structure and their muscle and the
Right.
way that it sits or hugs on their body. Like that to me is 50% of the focus, and then the other part of the focus is also like stylistic illustration. So
Right.
as long as we can kind of like come up with something that they're really digging and I'm really wanting to tattoo, then yeah, I don't mind. It's also nice having a little bit of structural guidance from someone else. I
agree.
I like a
Sometimes
little bit
when
of
they
that,
say do whatever you want, if people tell you to do
otherwise
whatever
it's
you
like,
want,
oh.
it's so intimidating. You just I need to get
Oh
in
my
your
gosh,
head
yeah.
a little bit to understand
Yeah.
what you're talking about,
Precisely.
Or you're gonna
Yeah,
get
so-
a bird with lots of mushrooms around its feet. That's what you're getting. I did two pieces that they said they didn't really care. They didn't care what I did. And they're some of my favorite pieces, but they were very challenging because you just second guess yourself. You start wondering,
Oh my gosh.
is the client
yes.
really going to want this on their body forever?
Yeah. I kind of ask the question now of like, what do you not like?
Yeah.
Because everyone knows what they don't like. but they don't necessarily know what they do like.
Right.
So then it's
So-
like, yeah.
So you guys design while they're there. Like, let's say somebody comes in for a consultation. You guys sit there for like a couple hours and you guys figure out what you're gonna do and do some
I don't.
sketching.
On really big stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Not on the
really?
smaller stuff.
I kind of don't do that. I just get in their head. I try to get them to give me imagery. I like you just said, like, show me stuff you do not want. But also, once
Yeah.
you do kind of have a style of your own tattooing, that frees you up a little bit because you know roughly what they're looking to get. But no, I don't get carried away. I've had very, very trusting clients.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Especially, I guess, if they're like coming from out of town, right? You're like, can't have an in-person consultation.
Right. If they're coming from out of town, I do sometimes do more elaborate drawings for them to look at. But what I've found in my general like experience has been that if you give a client a drawing or you show them a drawing, they then show that drawing to everybody in their family, and suddenly you're trying to appease like 10 people, and it's very. I've learned pretty quickly to not allow that kind of shit to go on because the last thing you want to do is like have somebody getting a tattoo that they really want and then everybody else judging their choice. It's not the way it's supposed to work.
I've definitely done that thing where like I'll get some cool chick coming in and she's wanting a big project.
Yep.
And she'll be like, "Oh my god, I love it." And her boyfriend will be like, "Oh, but babe, are you sure? Because didn't you say that like you wanted like flowers instead of like this thing?" And I'd be like to him, "Oh my god, dude, do you reckon you could do me a huge favor and go get us some coffee?" And then I'll just send them on some errands. I'll be like, "Oh my god, dude, could you do me a huge favor?" And they're always like, "Oh yeah, okay, whatever." Go get us coffee from like a coffee shop like 10 blocks away. And then I can like sit with her and be like, "Okay, what do you want? Like what are your thoughts and what are you feeling with this design?" And she might be like, "Oh, maybe like change the color or change the size, or if we could like switch this or do this." It's like she knows what she wants. But trying to get that out of her when he's around, also like trying to like help her but not really helping her. Yeah, that's
I actually just say that out loud now. I'm pretty honest with. I'm just like, this is your tattoo. You tell me. Even like if it's something that I really am psyched about, I'll change it. It's your tattoo. Just tell me what, give me some guidance. But mostly, I shouldn't even bring it up because it's going to bite me in the ass. But mostly, I just come in with the drawing and I tattoo it, and they're pretty happy. So I've been pretty lucky.
No, that's good. I think with your work as well, like you've got such a big inventory of like portfolio. It's like people kind of can hedge their bets pretty safely on the idea of you giving them a pretty epic tattoo with the work that you have available to show. So that's the hard part. It's like if you don't have stuff to show, then people are like kind of just like, "I'm trusting you."
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I don't love talking about this, but there is something about having worked on the Ninja Turtles that gives me a pass. And I've always kind of I've always tried to not, it's just kind of, it's there. It's always in the background. People are just fascinated by it, even though it really doesn't mean anything. But I've even found it to be true with like in tattooing. People give me a pass, and I have to pay attention to that and be like, I don't know. I don't want to be like a circus animal either. It's like, you know what I'm saying with that?
I guess it only gets annoying if they're then like, "Oh my god, do Ninja Turtle stuff," and then they don't let you do your like other stuff, your, like other creative stuff.
No, I don't mind doing the turtle tattoo. It's like a way to, I don't know. It's another piece of art that I'm doing, honestly. But I don't know. I don't know why I brought that up, but
you never get sick of doing turtles?
I'm drawing one right now. No, I did. I actually did. I got to the point where I was just kind of like, I wanted to do different stuff, but I came back around to taking everything I learned with my sketchbook work and wanting to reapply it to turtles, because like if I look at my old turtle work, I hate all of it. As I gotten older, I've gotten better to understand why people like it. But for me as an artist, I do like the challenge of trying to do something new with the turtles. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like this piece I'm doing right now is I've been drawing a lot of this kind of stuff, this weird, like rats with. Focus.
Oh yeah, I
What's
love your
going on?
rats.
What's going on?
Rats.
Sorry, it's a piece like it's rats and flowers and all this different shit. And that's what this piece is, to try to apply that to a turtle piece. So I'm trying that out right now.
You go down quite a organic route too, which I like.
With the what?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, like an organic kind of route as well with like when we were doing that collab together, it was really cool kind of seeing you like turn one thing into like another thing into another thing and kind of give it a very like naturey kind of vibe.
Yeah, I think that's the tattooing is influencing my art, to be honest. Like, I think that's what's going on there. I love it. I mean, I'm really happy right now. I think tattooing is maybe a very happy artist, if that makes I don't know.
Such a thing.
Yeah, I know, right? Figure that one out.
Yeah.
It happened.
You can find an art form you like.
But yeah, your turtles now are pretty different from the Mirage Studios turtles. Like almost
absolutely.
Yeah, almost unrelated in a way. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's weird. They don't really exist, other than in covers. They don't really exist in the canon of the turtles. They just exist in my sketchbook. So I'm kind of okay with that too. I can't imagine doing comics again. I don't. I love the form, but I can't imagine actually drawing comics again in my lifetime.
Never ever again.
Never say never.
Did you, now this might be a really stupid question, I just don't know, but did you ever publish any like really personal projects of your own, Eric?
Me?
Yeah.
No. No. It was never, I was just pretty comfortable doing what I was doing with the turtles. And I kind of see it as a way, as like I kind of stagnated a little bit. So, and I think that again, tattooing has showed me that, you know,
it's giving you so much more to work with.
Well, it was a challenge to relearn a new form, a new art form. You know, it's like I had no idea any of this was going on as it's kind of grown with me. Is that sometimes you can like fall into a routine and you need to tear it down to the basic beginnings again and relearn to get a passion again. Is that making sense? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Like I really enjoy doing art again, so that's cool.
Heck yeah. I wonder what I'm gonna do when I don't tattoo anymore, or like when I stop tattooing. What
you could transition, be a comic artist.
I think I'm just gonna have to become a comic book artist.
No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's just like
it's funny.
ships.
When I got into tattooing, one of the things I heard from so many tattooers was, "Oh, I really want to do a comic book," and I'm like, "No, you don't.
Don't do it." No, I'm one of those people. I'm still just like, but I have a lot to say.
Yeah.
Do you have personal?
Do you know Ian? Ian, he goes by Wonky Tiger.
Yeah. Do it. Yeah, I think I know that guy's stuff. Yeah.
I think he's in Texas. But
what were you asking?
I just like he's in the spectrum of like tattooing and like graphic novel or comic book. Like he came out with a Tomahawk, which is a comic book that we found in the States at this like old comic store in Texas. And I just remember seeing it and just being like, this looks so like tattooery. I don't know. There was something about it. I was like, this feels very tattooery. And then like open it up and then looking at this like space type like night warrior sort of sci-fi type like character with this huge crystal tomahawk. Like he like flipped through it and it's just like battle scenes and planet and terraforming and just like I don't know, it is just nonsense. But then in the middle was the guy and like his tattoos and who he was and just like a little bio about him. And I was like, oh my God, of course he's a tattooer. But his tattoos are like his own personal projects of tattooing are all characters from his like developed world.
That's
And
cool.
it's freaking awesome. And like his brain of like kind of coming up with these characters and world building exercises, but then also like for him, I think tattooing is kind of like a side thing where he just gets to create these characters or like do fan art of his own projects, which is so cool.
Your friend, oh shoot, I'm gonna forget his name. He's a British guy. He does a lot of sketchbook stuff online. You talked to me about him. He tattoos as well. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh shoot.
British guy.
Yeah.
He tattoos and he does comics.
Yeah. He does.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank. Oh, are we talking about Simon Hook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's great.
I feel like tattooing has. There are a lot more people getting into tattooing, obviously.
Because he's got a real like grapher's past. Like he did graffiti for a really long time,
right.
and always kind of was into illustration and whatnot. But yeah, like his.
But you can tell looking at his tattoos that he comes from a different space.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. And it's kind of that difference between like being really into tattoos or like having a style that you're trying to convey into a tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not always going to work, you know.
No, that's awesome. His style's so cool.
So who influences you today? Who are your favorite artists in tattooing or comics, or where do you get your inspiration from?
I've kind of almost like taken, I mean, this is a lie, but also kind of true. But I have taken somewhat of a little bit of a hiatus, I think, from having like any one sort of specific artist that I'm really, really into. And I think that's also just coming from like years of really having a big fan sort of base of tattooers I just really, really looked up to for a long time. And I think there's like pros and cons with doing that. And I think I'm just noticing it's like so much more of a con for me at the minute. Having like too much influencing my brain, or like too much that you're like, oh, that's so cool. Like I should be trying that. And it's like outfit changing constantly instead of just sort of looking at your own work and trying to like establish or grow your own work. Sometimes I think like too many different influences can kind of stunt that. So like at the moment,
100% with that. That's actually
just
probably
at the moment. Yeah, I just feel like I'm taking a little bit of a break from doing that. But at the same time, I'm like on Instagram every day, just being like, wow.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I'm a big liar. But that's what I'm trying to do at least. So I'm not deep diving on any one artist at the minute. But then when I was just in Italy, I was staying with this really awesome chick, Thea, and she's in Genova where she runs her shop. But she took me out for like one of the coolest days ever to this like massive cemetery just down the road from the studio. And it took us like 6.5 hours to like walk through the cemetery because it's got the largest collection of stone masonry, like sculptures of people. So it was incredible just looking at all of this, 200, 300, 400-year-old art that was like hand sculpted by these masters, and just really appreciate the time and effort that went into that and studying those, and then studying them because also like they never dust them or clean them because the way that the dust settles on them creates like dark and light shadowing. So you always get this perfect, what is like the illusion of a light casted shadow to like highlight those low lights and highlights. And so I've got lots of photos of that on my phone that I've been studying quite a lot and just trying to like really establish how lighting works on the bone structure anatomy. So that's something I'm really, 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 really trying to get into doing more of.
That's very cool. Yeah, I think what you're saying is important. I think that what the Instagram era has been, I think maybe a little detrimental to some people, because some people they can't get inspiration from it. They just feel really bad about their own work from looking at all the amazing stuff out there. So taking a break
myself
from
included. Yeah. Definitely. I'm just like, I don't even know why I try sometimes. And if I'm feeling that, I'm like, oh, get the heck off your phone, you silly bitch. Like, put it down. Like, stop it.
That's a
I
good
think if
quote.
you're
Get out
feeling
the-
that way, like, just what the heck? Like, stop. It's too
Right.
much.
Yeah, it's a time waster. Draw. Just you want to get better, draw.
Mm,
Take some inspiration, but get out there and just get your hands dirty and draw.
absolutely. Go tag something.
Go to
Go break some bottles and tag a wall. Get off Instagram, you know?
Like go break bottles and tag a wall.
Yeah. Just go do something.
Hey, we're
useful.
at the 2-hour mark. Do you have to tattoo? You have to get ready
Probably.
for your tattoo.
I did preemptively set up, which was smart. What
Smart.
is it? It is 11:55. Yeah, I should probably skedaddle out
Okay.
soon.
Yeah. Flies by, doesn't it? The show.
Oh my god,
goes by
yeah.
really
I'm just like,
quickly.
no, my birdie. I want to keep doing my bird.
Yeah, that thing's amazing. That's really cool.
That looks
Oh,
great.
thank you.
Yeah. Hey, when you
I-
finish it, can you send it to us so we can post it?
Oh, absolutely.
If you finish
This
it
has
or
been so much
unfinished,
fun.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm totally going to finish this and not put this into a stack of art that I've never finished.
You do work super fast. That's a lot of work to get done in 2 hours.
Oh, thank you. It's just rushing. You just rush it.
I mean, really.
I think that might be also the tattoo influence. Like when I first met a bunch of tattooers, I went to the IMC. Do you know what the IMC is? It's a shit. What I don't know what it actually stand for. You know what I'm talking about, John? With like people like Kent Williams will go and teach, Mignola will go and teach. It was an ongoing kind of
Like seminar space?
yeah, seminar based. And I went with a bunch of tattooers to one of these, and a lot of the fantasy artists were so amazed at how quick and how much work they can get done. Because I think it's something that comes along with tattooing. You do just kind of get down and get the work done. You actually execute a lot of work in a very short amount of time. So I think that's definitely something that.
Yeah, it's nice when like you can do something like this and it's not having to cry about it, which is it's really hard hurting people every day. It's really not nice. Like I love tattooing, but I think I'm getting softer and softer in my old age. Just like I really don't enjoy the hurting people part. Like I used to not be bothered by it, and like now more than ever, I'm just like, is that worth it? Like if they're really struggling.
Yeah. It's not every day though, fortunately. There are a lot of tough clients
suffering.
out there.
Love suffering.
Yeah. Oh, you love suffering?
Yeah. Love suffering. Oh no, that's a good it's also cool like hearing from like the comic book background and knowing a lot of like concept designers or illustrators and then like their processes. And I've been spending a lot of time in this like paint studio in Wellington, and they're all just like these insane creative people, but they're all like, you know, oil painting and taking their time getting things proportionately correct, unlike me. But they work at such a more human like flow where they take lunch breaks, so if they need to go to the bathroom, they go to the bathroom. And I think even the act of like wearing gloves and having somebody there like prevents you from like checking your phone or like going for a quick snack or like just kind of taking a 5-minute breather to just scroll on your phone. Like you don't do that. And I think that has been like
it's healthy, right?
That's been really good for me, especially like I just love a good like procrastination, like scroll or procrastination. Like I'm gonna go eat a snack.
Yeah, because you really can't. You can't. I realized that too at one point. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I think it makes you in a better mood when you spend a lot of time tattooing because you're not on your phone constantly.
Oh my God,
you can't touch it. You know, you can't.
Yeah.
Can't do anything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so true.
The figure, the painting thing you're going to, there isn't a guy named Francis there, is there?
No, it's a collective called Dyed Studios, and there's a bunch of guys there that paint. Francis, who is that?
You know, honestly, it's some guy I went to school with, and actually, when I was in New Zealand, I ran into him, and he was working at Weta, and I honestly don't remember his last name at all. So,
if you remember,
that was a long time ago. There's no way he's still there.
No, but for real, people are like, "Oh, my friend moved to New Zealand." I'm like, "Okay, well, likely story. I'm not going to know." And then they mention, I was like, "Oh no, I actually do know that person."
Oh man,
Like, it is a very small place. Do you
Right.
think you'll
Yeah.
have plans to come back to New Zealand again, John?
Probably at some point, because my friend still lives out there. So
Heck yeah.
I'm sure at one point I'll come out and visit him. You
Oh
know.
my God, do. If you ever do
Yeah.
come out, like, there's so many lovely artists in that as well. Like, and that means for you too, Eric, if you can fit on an airplane,
Yeah.
to come out that
My
way.
old back.
It's like there's just so many epic creators and crafters out in Wellington. So, like, my side hustle goal is just to try and like convince as many epic creatives as possible to come out to little old New Zealand and just hang out and paint and draw and
I think it'd be
build for
amazing.
the community.
And then you don't have to travel. You can stay there.
And then I don't have to get on a plane. Exactly. There's an
see?
agenda.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
it's great out there.
Yeah. Hey, I better run away as much as I could just sit here for like another 2 hours and just keep drawing.
Absolutely.
Yep. It's great
Cool.
hanging with you, Jenny. So everybody can find your work online, your Instagram easily found. Check out
Mhm.
Jenny's work. There it is right there. Yeah, I guess that's it. John, you have anything coming up you want to push or promote?
I'll be in Seattle next week for Emerald City Comic Con, and I have Nectar covers coming out. Metal Hurlant is in stores today or
Sweet.
yesterday. So if you're in France, you could pick that up and get my new short comic story with writer Cole Sanders.
That's
That's all
cool.
I got going on.
Cool. That's
Heck
a lot.
yeah.
Cool.
And John and I will both be in at C2E2 in March as well. So hopefully we'll
Yeah.
be sitting next to each other and you come visit us. Anybody that likes the show can come chat with us.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Great.
Cute.
Right.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Your work's fantastic. And
Oh my
You're
gosh, I love what you've done. I have to have a proper look at it on a bigger screen. But yeah,
cool.
let's post our stuff up together when it's finished. Oh, I think you
Absolutely.
guys are definitely further along with yours, eh?
Oh. But yeah. So we'll let you go, get to work, and thank
Cute.
you everybody for listening.
Oh my
Hang
gosh,
out.
and thank you so much for dealing with my inability to tell time with the moving.
Oh no worries at all. Hey, hang out for
appreciate
a
it.
minute. We're gonna go offline, and I want to say we'll have another guest next month. I can't announce it yet, but we will announce it when everything is firmed up. Yeah, looking forward. John and I are looking forward to doing more. We have some really cool guests in the works. We've been talking to some really great artists. I'm really looking forward to the show this summer. All right, so I guess that's it. So we're gonna go off. We'll see you guys next month. Pay attention. Check out our sketchbook live stream Gmail account. I mean, not Gmail account, Instagram account to see what we're up to. Cool. So
Cool.
we're out,
Beautiful.
right?
All right.
Alright.
Thanks, guys.